to you is if he's healthy and he plays the entire game, does ASU lose to the Wildcats?
So for me, I'm not going to necessarily say yes. I'm definitely not going to say no.
Oh, you are a mystery, aren't you?
I know you think I'm playing it safe right now.
Yeah.
I can see it.
We're all really excited. It's a Thursday night game. It's kind of weird, but it's going to be fun. This guy's kind of weird, but also really fun. Julian, you like how I did that, right?
I love it. It's great to be back, man.
Baseball is said to be America's favorite pastime. It's a time to be with friends and a time to have fun. And for Congress, both sides, Democrat or Republican, the annual congressional baseball game is both. The Sun Devils competed at a high level last year, but it's fair to say they lost a sense of identity halfway through their previous season. They won majority of their games, but struggled to compete in high-key matchups against teams where they could have been considered competition in a tough Pac-12 conference.
Okay, I'll go off, the second guy that I thought, we're all going to miss, and he was obviously a fan favorite, was Manny Wilkins.
Right.
And for the situation that he's in, even though he's a backup, people forget, they're not going to forget that he is a backup behind Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
So one of the two best quarterbacks in the NFL, no doubt.
This should be a win. This has to be a win. They will win. But there is a small possibility that they could lose this game due to maybe inconsistency, a close game, two-possession game. The Sun Devils haven't been great in that regard. They've always found themselves in that situation, and it always turns out to be the worst-case scenario. So they have to be able to buckle down. They have to start well this season. And what better way to do that against Kent State?
We're going to take a look at Oregon now. If you can see the paint right here, this should be a crime. There's too much space here for someone to not be on help defense, double teaming. Arizona State can do that with ease. They work well in the post with guys like Romello White, Daquan Lake.
If you saw the game last year, you saw that the Sun Devils got torched in the run game.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Wildcats ran for 511 yards.
They didn't pass in the second half.
Exactly.
So.
And they didn't have Khalil Tate at the time.
Right.
Of all things. But there were some things that Arizona State showed off. They had the passing ability. They converted on 31 first downs. But it wasn't enough to get that win last year. But this year, you could see that the offensive efficiency was much better. They were passing the ball, running the ball, getting touchdowns.
It's March 20th, and you know what that means. It's time for another year of March Madness filled with upsets, game winners, and the possibility where Duke doesn't win the Natty and destroys my bracket once again. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. We're here to talk about the Conference of Champions and the teams that did manage to edge their way into March Madness. Here's another thing. They're the fourth best team in the country when it comes to total rebounds. So they're averaging 13 offensive rebounds a game as well. So they understand what it means to be able to handle the ball, to be able to get those second chance points, and what the result of that is. Let's end this segment with the Bruins giving a little love to the Cal Golden Bears on Valentine's Day with a nice little overtime win. UCLA ended the night with an 11-3 run in overtime to put the nail in the coffin. But all in the name of love, of course, since it was on Valentine's Day. That's all we've got for this segment, but until next week, my name is Julian Paras, and this has been Around the Pac-12.
The talent is there, and the talent is right here. Julian Paras, thanks so much for the time, buddy.
Well, we appreciate the insight, Julian.
At Nationals Park, Julian Paras, Cronkite News.